Hello viewers, welcome to the courses on agronomy, and here today we will study about the basic principle of crop production unit 3, and in this one we will see the principles of maximum crop production and then how the crop production are affected with the different factors like environmental factor, soil, climate, your fertilizer and water management. All these part are concerned to mainly contribute for the production of crops. So, today we will only study the principles and weather and climate. Now, what are the basic principles of crop production? The planning, programming and executing measures for maximum utilization of land, labor, capital and other factors of production. Before start of any program, one should know, he should frame out what is your planning, how much area you want to cultivate under your crop production and how much labor you require. All the parts which is the most important, you have to make first step is the most important. Now, the choice of varieties, what types of the crops you would like to grow there, whether you are taking the normal one seeds or the high yielding varieties. So, you have to arrange the seeds of high yielding variety adaptable to a particular region where you are going to cultivate, because we have divided the whole country into 15 agroclimatic zones. So, these zones different in the different climatic regions. So, the suitability of each and every crop is the most important. So, we should take care of this one. Then we also see that what is the soil fertility of this region, whether if I am taking the high yielding variety, it suits to the that type of the land or not. So, such type of the we have to see, then season and method of cultivation be fitting to the cropping system. Then proper field management, there are different types of the land, maybe it is undulating type, maybe slopey type. So, we have to make the management by the tillage, preparing of the field channels and bunds for the irrigation and drainage, checking, soil erosion, leveling and adopting other suitable and improved practices. Then adaptation of multiple cropping system. Any area, if you want to increase the productivity, there are lot of the problems of the weather or the climatic conditions. If there is a delay in the rains, then you can lose your crops. So, multiple crops you have to think in your mind that which crops can be compatible to the each other, and you can go for the multiple cropping system or the mixed cropping system or the intercropping to ensure harvest even under the adverse environmental condition. Why we have mentioned here the adverse environmental conditions? Maybe sometimes temperature may shoot up during the winter period, you can't have a crop in the winter periods, crop will fail. Similarly, if there is a delay in the rains, your crops at the time of maturity there is no rains, then the grain production will be. So, you have to adjust the which crops can be a short duration, long duration, all these crops you have to adjust. Then timely application of proper and balanced nutrients to the crop and the improvement of the soil fertility and productivity. The fertility is to maintain the fertility of the soil, we have to take care of. One should have a knowledge about the current status of the soil fertility, and then accordingly you modify. If it is a shortage of the nutrients, you add the nutrients to the soil, and how the application of the nutrient is the most important. Maybe it can be you directly put in the soil, maybe it can be top dressing on the crops. So, the different types of the application of the nutrients is important. Then correction of ill effect of the soil reactions and conditions and increasing soil organic matter through the application of green manure, farmyard manure, organic waste, biofertilizer and profitable recycling of the organic waste. Why there is a need of the correction of the soil? Because by excessive use of the fertilizer and the water, there is a chances of the compactness of the soil. maybe soil can be converted to the highly alkaline soils, maybe it can change to the salinity because of the use of saline water. So, how that spoiled soil can be make fit again. So, that is why green manuring, farmyard manuring, if you add to the soil, then certainly your production soil can be reclaimed. Then choice of quality of the seed or seed material and maintenance of the requisite plant density per unit area with healthy and uniform seedlings. Seed is the most important for any high productivity of the crop. As we have seen that number of times the farmers, they just go in the farm or the any shopkeeper ask for the seed is not good to sow it. Maybe there is a we have seen that the about at number of the crops, the 50 to 60% seed are not good, not the graded. Therefore, the graded food should be taken into this one. We have seen that by grading the 3 to 4 types of the seed you can see it. So, the graded and good quality of the seed, if you use it, then quantity will be low and the production will be much better than the normal one. So, and you will get the another most important point that the density of the plants is the most important. If you just take the higher seed rate per hectare, then population will be more, they unnecessarily compete each other, there may be they will grow only in vegetative way, they will not have any seed production. So, that is why your maintenance of the plant population per hectare area or per unit area is the most important. And then third one, if you are going to suppose a transplanting, then in the nursery you have to see that the quality of the seedling, quality seedling is to be transplanted in the field, so that you can have a uniform production. Then 4 is the proper water management with respect to the crop, soil and environment through the conservation and utilization of soil moisture, as well as by utilizing water that is available in excess and scheduling irrigation at critical stage of crop growth. Water is another important point, because in irrigated condition you have to manage at what time water is to be given, so that you can have a better utilization of optimum utilization of the water for higher production. Then adaptation of adequate need based timely and exacting plant protection measures against the weed, insect pest, pathogens, as well as the climatic hazards, and correction of deficiency and the disorders. At certainly number of times the diseases appear in the field, sometimes in the soil. So, therefore, if the seeds are treated before sowing with the fungicides, then you can overcome the problem, the soil borne diseases. You can soil borne diseases, seed borne diseases you can overcome, and then at the time of the growing, there are, because of the weather conditions, suppose there a number of times the cloudy weather, that creates lot of problem for the insect to grow more and more. So, that creates a problem for the insect. So, you have to manage the management, and you have to keep ready with the pesticides and pesticides with you, insect pest pathogens, to control them. Then adaptation of the suitable and appropriate management practices, including the interculture operations, to get maximum benefit from the input, dearer and difficult to get low monetary and non-monetary inputs. What is the most important that? So, most of the farmers, they forget after sowing of the crops, they just go at the time of weeding or maybe at the time of the harvesting, just they visit it. What happens that after 2 or 3 rains, the soil crusting forms, and if the soil crust forms and if it is not properly tilted out, not hoeing is not properly done, then the aeration and whatever the rains comes, it will not go deep, infiltration will be checked. Therefore, your soil working during the cropping season is the most important, we have to follow it properly. Then adaptation of suitable method and time of harvesting of the crops. to reduce the field loss and to release land for succeeding crops, and efficient utilization of residual moisture, plant nutrients and other management practices. We have to follow the standard method of harvesting. All the crops I have mentioned in my earlier lecture also, that the harvesting for the different crops are different. So, we have to be stick to the method of harvesting. This is the one, so that we can minimum lose our harvest in the field. The second one, that suppose you are want to take the another crops, and if you suppose, I just give you example of the pearl millet, and if the pearl millet you allow it for a long time, and then you want to take the winter crops also, rabi crops, and if it is a prolonged, then your rabi crop sowing will be delayed. With the result, what happens, that you lose your one crops. So, therefore, your harvesting period has to be standardized if you want to take the 2 crops or the 3 crops. So, this way, why I have mentioned here the field loss and to release land for succeeding crops. That is why I told you that the cropping sequence you have to adjust, then efficient utilization of residual. So, so that what happens, that if you have a time, then the any rains comes, do the soil working, then make the planking. So, all the moisture remains in your soils, and that conserved moisture can be used for another crops, and similarly your nutrients can be also used. So, that is why it is a very important. Then adaptation of suitable post harvest technology. After harvest, if you have kept your this produce in the field and any rains comes, you lose your all the produce. Therefore, you have to see that according to weather conditions you store properly. Your aflatoxins problem will come if you store your seed grain as in a high moisture contents, then the fungal problem will come and aflatoxicity will appear, and it is the food is not good for the edible purpose. So, we should be very careful for the post harvest technology. Now, these are the principles I have suggested that you have to follow all these, and in these principles you might have noticed properly that the environment is the one factor, the crop is the another one, the soil nutrients is the another, soil preparation is the another point, and the pesticide pest management is the another one. So, these are the factors which are very important, and they are responsible contribute for the high production of the crops. So, this is the one. Then now I come to the first point, climate and the weather. The people generally confused what is the climate and what is the weather. The climate is referred to the bigger size. It can be globally, it can be in a district wise, it can be in a, but weather is always for a small, it can be. So, that is why the climate is a generalized weather or summation of the weather conditions over a region during a comparatively longer period. Climate is weather conditions related to larger area like zone, state, country, part of the continent or whole of the continent, longer duration of the time like month, season, year, and best described by the normals and average. Example, cold season, tropical climate, temperate climate, all these are comes under the climate. So, therefore, this climate change, if you look the climate change, then it is covered the whole world where that is why the climate is a bigger term, whereas weather is the state or conditions of atmosphere at a given place and at a given time. It is daily variation or conditions of the lower layer of the atmosphere. Weather pertains to a smaller area like village, city or even a district, smaller duration of the time, that is the part of a day or a completely day, and is expressed by the numerical values of the meteorological parameters. Some examples are hot day, rainy days, cloudy weather, dry weather. If you see that at number of the countries, not in our country we are not getting the weather forecast, but other developed countries they are giving the daily forecast, and even in a day they are giving the forecast of 2 times to 3 times. So, they can just mention that in the evening if there is any rains, what will be the temperature. Such type is the short duration. That is why the weather gives you only for a small day, even for a day, or values meteorological parameters for a day or cloudy, all these things one. Now, the success or the failure of farming and qualitative and quantitative improvement in crop production are intimately related to the prevailing weather condition. Second one, the crop growth and development are primarily governed by the environmental conditions of soil and weather. The growth is the most important. I just give you one example, that if during the rainy period temperature is the uniform, but in the kharif crop if the rainfall appearance of the rains or the spell between the first and second is the delayed, then crop growth will be checked. So, that is the most important. Whereas, similarly in the winter period the the water is available for irrigation, but if the temperature fluctuates, if goes high, then we are not able to cultivate the crops. As I give the rapeseed oil example, rapeseed seed, during the October, November it can be grown in the field. If the temperature in the winter period increased, not come to the lower, then your seed sowing at the time of the sowing, then high temperature of the soil will spoil your seed. That is why it is the most important that the crops growth, and it is completely affected by the environmental and weather condition. The vagaries of the weather phenomena also affect the agriculture by interfering with the routine agriculture operations and plant protection measures. As vagaries I mentioned earlier also, that your produce are in the field, if any rains, problem can comes. If the more high humidity, the problem will come. If the continue cloud, then insect and pest attack will be more. It is the, that is why the vagaries the important. Then further, the influence of weather on crop growth and yield depends on the crop growth stage. I mentioned you that also earlier, that at the time of maturity, if there is a drought period comes, then the grain production will be affected. If there is a delay in the moisture, then your cropping sequence will be changed. So, at the time of growth period, the weather has important. Then crop are often influenced significantly by a few weather factors for their growth and development. For instance, during rainy season, I mentioned already you, when the temperature are equable, it is the quantum and the distribution of the rain that assumes the paramount importance. Similarly, in the irrigated winter season, rabi crops, the temperature regime in the reproductive phase becomes the critical. Weather assumes significance in nearly every phase of agriculture activity, from preparatory stage to the harvesting and storage. If you can, during the month of the May, if there is any rains, you can do the cultivation, the tillage activity, you can have a better soil moisture, you can store, your flora and fauna you can be avoided. So, weather affect the selection of the crop varieties, time of sowing, transplanting, scheduling of the irrigation, timing of the fertilizer application, using of the pesticides. So, how the weather has a effect on the crop varieties? You know that there are short duration crops, long duration crops, mid duration crops. So, if you are taking a crops in the rain in a region where the rains are only for 60 days, high moisture remains in the soil, then you have to select a variety which can grow and complete its life cycle within a 60 days. That is the most important. If there is, you see that the rains are continue up to 3 months, 4 months, then you have to select a variety which can grow up to a longer period. So, that is why the variety selection depends on the weather condition. Now, I just give you the example of some, that how, where we can take the crops. For example, the meteorological subdivisions wise, percentage of the normal conditions of the southwest range. Mostly we are getting the rains from the southwestern monsoon rain, and these you can just see that East Rajasthan, West Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat region, Saurashtra, Kutch and Konkan area, we are getting more than 90% of the rains during that period. That is the most important. So, we have to adjust our crop according to the 2 months, 3 months period. Then we are getting 80 to 90% in the Jharkhand, Bihar, East Uttar Pradesh, West Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, West Rajasthan, East Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, Madhya Pradesh, Marathwada, Telangana and coastal Karnataka. Some regions they are only getting 70 to 80% like sub-Himalayan and the West Bengal, Odisha, Uttaranchal and the Punjab. 60 to 70% rains comes in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Himachal Pradesh, and 50 to 60% comes only in the Andaman and Nicobar Island, coastal Andhra Pradesh and the Rayalaseema, and less than 50% rains of the southwest comes in Tamil Nadu and Jammu and Kashmir. So, this is the distribution of the rainfall. This is the southwest monsoon rains. Then now, weather has a significant influence on the every phase of agriculture. I mentioned you activity from preparatory tillage to the harvesting and storage. A sound knowledge of the climatic factors and its interaction with the crop is essential for successful agriculture. Now, I just give you the example decline in the food grains because of the change in the climate as well as the weather conditions. What happens that during the 1979 to 80 and 2002 to 2003, there is a reduction of more than 20% grain production because of the vagaries. The vagaries of this one, more than 20 million of the food grain has declined. So, that is the most important one, that during the rainfall was low, sometimes temperature was very high. Similarly, in 1965, 66 and 66, 67, 15 to 20 million ton of the food grain reduced. Then in 72, 73, 87, 88, 95, 96, 2000 to 2001, there is a only 10 to 15 million tons food grain reduced, and then there is a 5 to 10 million ton reduced in 76, 77. So, these are some of the years I have mentioned that because of the vagaries of the climate or the low rainfall, this is the effect of our grain production, and even less than 5 million ton only in 71, 72, 74, 75, 82, 83, these are found. And if you remember, since 82 to 87, a continued year of the drought year, and we got the very effect on the crop production. The production has declined too much. During that period, I have seen that in the African countries there is lot of casualties. The droughts were so serious, but in India, because of the drought, there was no casualty of the human being, but certainly because of the shortage of the water, some animals casualty we have reported. And it is already known throughout the world that the India has done some good progress during the drought period. Even we can get some grain production. Then cardinal temperature. Temperature, I told you that sometimes in the winter period temperature increases, the crop effect will be there. So, and some frost condition. For each species of the plant, there are upper and lower limit of the temperature at which the growth is nil or negligible, and optimum temperature at which growth is maximum. Most of the crop plant growth best at the 15 to 30 degree centigrade. Many crops plants die at temperature of 45 to 55 degree temperature. Then season, due to the regular occurrence of the two distinct monsoon period with considerable variation in temperature, the year is divided into 4 periods. From crop production point of view, they are cold weather period or winter, they are from January to February. Hot weather period or the summer or pre-monsoon period, it may be from March to May, and southwest monsoon or rainy period, it is from June to September, and northeast monsoon or the post rainy or the post monsoon period, it from October to December. Winter or cold weather, the important cool season crops are wheat, barley, potato, oats. The cardinal temperature ranges for the cool season crops are maximum 30 to 38 degree centigrade, minimum 0 to 5 degree temperature, and optimum is 25 to 30 degree centigrade. The weather prevailing during this period is cool, usually dry and pleasant, with downfall during morning hours. Occasional cyclonic depressions brings the light rains to northwest region in the India. These rains, though in a small amount, are most beneficial to the winter crops, but at sometimes they are bad because they affect the cotton balls and damage of the tobacco quality. The summer or the hot weather, this period is characterized by the high temperature. The temperature are higher in the north during this period, and South India. Showers during this period are mainly useful for preparatory cultivation, summer plowing. The important warm season crops are rice, sorghum, maize, palm millet, groundnut, red gram, cowpea, etc. The cardinal temperature ranges for warm season crops maximum 45 to 50 degree centigrade and minimum 15 to 20 degree centigrade, and optimum temperature is 30 to 38. Gingerly and the sorghum are sown with the rains. The garden land crops are benefited by these rains. Southwest monsoon, this is the rainy season in the India, except most part of the Tamil Nadu. About 60% of the rainfall in a year is received during this period. Most of the tropical crops, kharif crops, are grown during this period. All dry lands and also the wetlands directly depends on the rains received during this period. Garden lands crops are also benefited by these rains. The climate prevailing during this period is warm and humid with the bright. As you see that the most of the our country, the grain production depends on southwest monsoon rains. If there is no rains during of the monsoon, then our grain production will decline. So that's why most of our rain-fed areas or the area depends on the monsoonal period. The northeast monsoon, this temperature is high up to the middle of the October and later starts falling rapidly, and rainfall, the period is about 33% of annual rainfall. Then agroclimatic regions of India, Thornwick, he has suggested about the classification of climate by introducing the concept of the potential evapotranspiration and water balance produced for estimating the actual evapotranspiration of the vegetation, and based on the criteria of the homogeneity in agro characteristics such as the rainfall, temperature, soil topography, cropping and farming system and water resources, the country has been divided into 15 agroclimatic regions. I am just mentioning you, giving this map here, and here in the map in the legends I have given the 15 agroclimatic regions which are located in a different regions, like first part Jammu and Kashmir, western Himalayan, then eastern part is the second. So you can just see here, these are the different 15 agroclimatic, 1, 2 I have mentioned here, this is the 3 part, then 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, so all 15 agroclimatic regions we have mentioned here. These are the some of the you can study through your books, that these 15 parts where they are already I have mentioned their location, and then you can also study the rainfall and how much area is covered under the different agroecological zones. In this class we have studied here that the principle of crop production, and herein what are the basic principle which contributes the crop production, and in this one we have studied that your planning, your time management, programming is the one of the most important, where you can adjust your labor management, you can have to collect your seed which is suitable to the that agroclimatic regions, and the soil types. So, hybrid seeds you have to, because at the last moment if you go in the market, then you find that your variety which you like is not available. So, collection of the varieties, then fertilizer. You know that the fertilizer shortage during the crop period is always short supply. So, we have to manage the fertilizer. Then you have to see the pesticides, which pesticide is required for spray, what is the soil treatment. So, then your crop production, not only this is the one aspect of the your management is there. The second one, your soil working, tillage, timely your soil working is important. Before start of the cultivation of crops, your all the equipments must be ready, tractor and this plow and all the things be in the hand. And then you have to see that the weather is the most important, your storage capacity, your field production, at what time, the cloudy regions. So, you have to keep in your mind that the weather is, if there is a delay in the monsoon, then you have to change your variety immediately, so that you can grow only that variety which is suitable to that late monsoon. There are 3 types of the droughts, we generally measure it here, that the early droughts, there is no rains. Then mid droughts, you have timely got the rains, you have put the your crops, but there is a delay in the rains, so that the vegetative growth is hampered. So, it is known as the mid-term drought. And then there is a post drought. It means that at the time of the maturity of the crops, if there is no rains, then your grain will not mature and you will not get. So, weather is the very important point here. And then we have also mentioned your agroclimatic regions. So, according to the different agroclimatic regions, you have to select your crops, so that you can take your crops.